Hey, what's up guys, Claak here, and I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I'm finally making a video. Now, I don't want to say, make any kind of guarantees that I'm going to keep posting videos and updated guides or anything like that, but I am going to be trying to make some more videos, but again, no guarantees. No guarantees. Just like, I'm kind of like in the spur of the moment, and I'm like, let's get shit done. Okay. You see the title? Boom. Gladiator. Boom, boom. Claak TV. Now you might think this is like Team Morph or what is that new one? There's like another Team Morph out there. I don't know what it's called, but no, this is legit. You can look me up. I got Gladiator finally after such a long time. But this guide is not going to be a PvP talent guide. This guide is going to be a PvE talent guide. Now I know I'm a PvPer, but hot damn, this section has been really awesome. I've been enjoying gearing out so that I can do well in PvP, but in order to do well in PvP, you must do well in PvE. So let's go ahead and go over the spec. Let's do it, baby. Smells like ass in here? What the fuck is that ass smell? Now, I was theory crafting on what is the best specs, and I talked to some of my viewers on what they think, and I've been trying them out, and I found two builds that you can run, that you should be running. One for Mythic and like Mythic Zeros, or even doing dungeons that require short fights, but you need a lot of healing, like a lot of healing. This spec right here that I'm showing is that spec. There's also a rating spec where longer lasting fights are going to happen, and you're going to need to pump some decent heals, but the main objective is not to go boom. Now, I'm going to go over the regular talents right over here. This is everything. And I would go over the gear talents, but me, myself, I actually haven't really looked through them. Don't really know what's out there. I don't know if these change per gear or if it's just randomized or what goes on. But I'm going to go over the best stats that you're going to need and the talents, again, within this video. So let's get into it. I know I keep saying I'm going to go into it. We're fucking going into it, okay? So what you're going to want to do is go into Prosperity. You want to go into Prosperity because it's going to reduce the cooldown of Swiftman by 3 seconds, which is huge. It's going to be a 22-second cooldown, and you have double Swiftman. Now, the reason why it works so well is because you're also going to want to go into Soul of Forest. And what this does is increase the heal when you pop Swiftman of regrowth by 200%, and also increases your rejuves. I don't really recommend using it on rejuves. Use it for your regrowth. Again, this is for big burst healing. You got to keep that in mind. So anytime you use Swiftman and you try to use a regrowth, you got to make sure you're doing it for a big dick heal. A lot of times, Prosperity, if you use Swiftman, that will actually top them up. So you could get away with using rejuve. It's not the end of the world. Now, these talents right here don't really matter what you can go. You can go whatever your preference is. I like the mobility. Don't really need the self heal. You could go on a wild charge. Again, it doesn't really fucking matter at this point where you go. It really doesn't. But the last 3 row talents are the big ones. These are the ones that matter a lot. Again, Soul of Forest to go with Prosperity. The next row, I love going to Spring Blossom. If you don't know what it does, if you put it down at Florence, it will give you your teammates a hot. And if you don't know what hearts do, go over and check your mastery. If you read your mastery, it says your healing is increased by 11.3%, meaning each hot that you have on your target, it's going to increase the amount that that target is going to receive by 11%, which is huge. So if you have double Life Bloom or Life Bloom, double Rejuve, and then that's 4 hots right then and there. So he's going to be receiving like 44% more healing. It's huge. And Druids seem to lack the big dick burst heals that other classes seem to have. And that's why I think Prosperity and Soul of Force work really well. Now that we went over the talents, now let's talk about the stats, the stat priority that you want to go for. First stat is Intellect. Intellect is going to increase your healing. It's going to increase, literally, if it increases your healing, that's pretty much all you want, right? That's pretty much the biggest deal. Second best stat is going to be Mastery. If you heard me talking throughout this whole video so far, I'm talking about Mastery. Mastery increases your healing. So very good again. It's like another version of Intellect. And as for the third stat, I think it should be kind of obvious, is gonna be Haste. Haste increases the amount that you're able to pump out the heals, increases how fast your hots tick. It's very important. So yeah, this spec is for mythics, dungeons, anything like that. It seems to work really well. There might be some other builds out there that I've seen, but I didn't like. Again, if you don't think this is gonna work, try it before you hate it. I think this is the best build by far. and I was actually able to heal mythics at 305 item level. The first day that the expansion was released, I was able to hit 120, and I was able to find groups, and when I was 305, I was like, fuck it, I think I could do, you know, mythics. And sure enough, I was able to heal it with this build. Again, let me know what you guys think of this build in the comments. I haven't been exactly looking up on Icy Veins or anything like that, and this is kind of like my own theory crafting. I think this spec is amazing. Now, with that being said, I'm just theory crafting what is going to be the best spec for raiding. You know, when you think about raiding, you think about mana efficiency and be able to pump out some really big dick heals, right? So that being said, you would go into abundance. You know, with the rejuves being on everybody, having to reduce mana cost and cast time on regrowth is going to be very huge. So I think this is going to be China #1 right here. China #1. And what's going to be China #2, what you would change on here would have to be either cultivation or incarn. It's kind of what you want. If you want to go more bursty heals, you can do, when you go incarn, you can do instant regrowths. So that's pretty nice. Or you can go cultivation, which means like you don't have to spend any extra mana just for extra heals. So you can kind of go either or. So yeah, those are the two builds that I think you should be running. These are the builds that I run anytime I get viewers. I stream, by the way, www.twitch.tv/Claak. I'll just have a link somewhere. I get questions asked about my spec, what item level I was at the time when I was clearing mythics, and you know, again, I don't think you need this ridiculous item level at like 320. Yeah, it's gonna make it easier, but I don't think you need that item level to clear mythics. A lot of people I've noticed in the PVE, I'm new to the PVE world, but a lot of people I notice expect the gear to carry you instead of the skill. So that's something that's really bothersome. I'm sure that's in every game, but as someone who comes from PvP and I've always just like linked to my experience, it's just kind of annoying to go rather off of skill than, you know, gear, for instance. Anyways, guys, I hope this video has helped you. If it has, let me know in the comment section down below. And again, I'm going to be trying to pump out videos more if I can, but no promises, no promises. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys get out there and pwn some nubs. Have a good day, folks.